everyone, it's Simplicity and welcome back to a new video. Today we have the Bitlife Baby Challenge, I think it's called. So starting off, you were born in Florida. I was born as a male character in this one because it allows for you to have more children faster. So then I decided, well, doing computer science in university to go ahead and rush because then it's kind of like one less thing to have to worry about interview-wise for some people. So then we just continued to kind of study harder, and then whenever I graduated, I was looking for a junior app developer. Now you have to pay attention to the company name. Honestly, I got lucky. The one that I had was with candywriter and Bitlife like immediately, and I didn't really pay attention to that. And then the next thing I did was hook up with a coworker. So I just kind of took a look for a single coworker and just kind of like went for it, and somehow I ended up getting lucky with that. I don't know. And then I continue to work harder because you need to kind of increase your work performance. So we did that a few times. Then we hopped into hookups, and this is what takes up most of this video because you have to have 20 plus children. So you're going to see me go through hookups and just do this a bunch of times over and over and over and over and over again. Because waiting to have 20 children kind of takes a while, and that's why I kind of did it as a male. Because even though it's going to take me longer this way, it's not going to take me as long in the long run. So we just kind of kept going for it. We got lucky a few times. Sometimes they overruled, and we just kind of, went with it. But I probably should have waited until later in life when we were a bit more financially secure to start this. But at the same time, I was kind of like, this way I can at least get it out of the way, and then I just can, focus on work and nothing else. Now, I should probably give a small disclaimer. I am currently a little bit sick. I've been fighting off a cold for just a little less than a week now, which no big deal. But yeah, so if my voice sounds a little bit different than normal, that is probably why. But again, we are just going through doing a bunch of hookups and just trying to hope for the best. If we weren't overruled, I would have had this done very quick. So I went ahead and aged up so that we could see where we were at. Um, I think we had 4 the first year, so that did take a little while, but not too bad. And then sometimes I would go in here and like I did cut out some of this footage. Sometimes I went in here with the ones that we already had kids with because then it's a bonus kind of chance to see how many you can get in a year before you hop right back into the hookups. But yeah, so majority of this video is just me doing this, I'm not gonna lie. And somehow, and I have no idea how, I got very lucky because I didn't end up with any sort of like infections, diseases, none of the above. And I'm like, I don't know how that happened with the amount of hookups that we were doing. Like, I had nothing. It was a very weird kind of dynamic there, but as you can see, I probably did waste a bit of time with me going in here and trying to do all of this stuff this way. I probably should have just kept with the hookups, but I figured, we'll give it a chance, see what happens, because sometimes it's a bit of a bonus chance, and we'll go from there. There's currently a plane flying over to. I don't think you should be able to hear it. If you can, sorry, but pretty sure that you shouldn't be able to. But yeah, just a lot of this is just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth on this. Now, after a certain point, I did stop doing this whole like actively trying thing because we were reaching the point that I was starting to get questioned for paternity tests. And I was like, if I keep going, I'm probably going to end up with the amount that I need anyways this route. So we just, went with it. But yeah, majority of this video is definitely me just doing this over and over. So it's nothing all too exciting. Honestly, this isn't that hard of a challenge. I did start this challenge late. I started this at like, I don't know, probably 20 minutes after it had already started, so I probably could have had this up a little bit earlier. But I was distracted. A certain cat was needing some love, so we just kept going with this. And eventually, you'll see that I just kind of start skipping through. I tried to do this as quick as I could because I know it takes up quite a bit of footage, but I didn't want to cut like everything out. So here we just kind of went through. I don't change any names. It's the fastest way is just to go with whatever you're given. Ironically, we had one named Lisa, and I was like, oh, that's funny. And then we got hit with the paternity test. This was the first one. We ended up with another child. And then we skipped right back in to doing some more hookups because what else am I supposed to do if I have to have 20 kids? You know what I mean? So I think we ended up I don't know where we were at this point. Maybe 11, I think I was at, because I was trying to count it in my head, being like, okay, so if I have all these pop up, this is where we're at. And I think I ended at like 18 or something like that at one point. I don't remember. But we'll see here in a second, I guess, because footage wise, we are getting down to the end of it. Because honestly, working towards becoming a famous developer is very easy. All you have to do is just work harder and age up and just keep going. Whenever you get up to, I think it's app designer, is whenever you are going to get there. So it is a few little like promotions, but just keep working harder, do whatever you've got to do. And it does end up working out. So here was another skip to having more children, just because, what else am I going to do? And we just kind of kept this going. You can see at this point, I am severely in debt. And then I end up being in like millions because I had a parent pass away and they gave me like $1 million or something wild. So, right. So at this point, we're at 56,000 in debt. We were still a junior app developer, but I did continue to just kind of work harder and age up. You can see here, I wasn't really doing like a whole lot. But at this point, I was at the app designer, and then we got famous, and that was that. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up right here. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, you can hit the like button down below. If you want to see some more videos from me, go ahead and subscribe. I post 2 to 3 times a week right now. If you're already subscribed and want notifications for when I post, hit that bell down below. Make sure that your YouTube notifications are turned on, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, lovelies!